Olympics and played in the Olympics as the first choice goalkeeper, so perhaps Elias just a little changing of the guard at the back for Brazil.
Well, fair to say a bit of a regeneration for this Brazil side, and when you look at the age and the experience across the two teams, the Matildas are far and above fielding their more experienced team for international caps by a long shot tonight.
Well, we saw with Emily van Egmond and cap number 150, the fourth player for the Matildas to reach the 150 mark, following in the footsteps of Claire Polkinghorne, obviously, but also Cheryl Salisbury and Lisa De Vanna, as it's one for Caitlin Ford to chase.
Well, it is an exclusive club, and it is a special milestone for Em van Egmond, who too has been a key member of this team for years and decades, along with Claire Polkinghorne.
Polkinghorne's header bounces off Van Egmond. Fernie Cross was there. Now there's some defending to be done by the Matildas. The ball with Aline Gomes, trying to get it back onto the right boot, shoots. Comfortable enough for Mackenzie Arnold. An early touch of the football for the Australian goalkeeper, who needs some playing time as well. All the way back again to Natasha. Mackenzie Arnold's last game for her club side, Porton Thorns, was back in September, as the American NWSL season has wound down. A Brazilian legend, Marta, winning the playoffs with the Orlando Pride at the weekend.
A couple of her teammates as well on the bench tonight.
There's Rasso, shooting opportunity. Heatley does well. That's a good ball back. Winona Heatley was just challenged as she looked to tackle the ball towards the middle.
Well, for Winnie Heatley, her starting debut this side, we saw her come off the bench for what was her first appearance for the national team, but just to be holding down the centre of the midfield, it's a big role, but she's a very versatile player, Winnie Heatley, and really wonderful to see her get rewarded for what sounds like some good training performances.
Alongside Kyra Cooney-Cross, who played her 50th match last time out for the Matildas against Germany and scored her first goal, and it was well worth the wait. Here she is, the gunner, in possession. Little touch for Ford, who's being tackled to the ground by Issa Haas, surely a free kick. In the end, the referee's given it the other way. Caitlin Ford can't quite believe it.
Well, we see this happen to Caitlin Ford because she's such a dangerous player. Defenders grappling arms all over her, and certainly worth the shout and asking the question of should the foul have been called the other way.
Well, that ball has run through. Chance here for Brazil. Around Mackenzie Arnold. And it is the visitors who open the scoring. Amanda Gutierrez. She's been in electric form for her club side, Palmeiras, who went to the semi-finals of the Brazilian League. She scored 15 goals this season, forced her way into the national team setup, and has opened the scoring here in the 7th minute.
It just wasn't quite dealt with by the Matildas. A little bit of indecision in the mind of Mackenzie Arnold. Do I stay or do I go? Amanda Gutierrez, well, you can see her form. A neat little touch around the goalkeeper has has all the frame of the goal to aim for. It's a well-taken finish.
Well, the ball just held up, didn't it? It was right in that area. Mackenzie Arnold had to wait for it to come into the penalty box before she could lunge at it by that stage. Amanda Gutierrez was already all over it. The Matildas, who are undefeated in their last 6 matches against Brazil, not since a 3-1 loss in Brazil back in 2016 was the last time the side wearing blue and yellow and green this evening got a victory over the Tillies. Polkinghorne does well. Cooney Cross exchanges passes with Rasso. Now back with Claire Hunt and Arnold. She's got Alana Kennedy alongside her. She decides to go long towards Caitlin Ford. Again, the marking is very tight on Ford as Carpenter races away. The pass couldn't find Rasso, but she gets another chance. Now Catley for Carpenter, doing her imitation of a left back.
Well, it was a productive run by Ellie Carpenter. She had a little glance up from the right-hand side of the Matildas field and couldn't find a pass, so decided to take it herself, drove inside. Resulted in a corner for her team.
Alana Kennedy's been amongst the goals recently for the Matildas. Here's Cooney Cross. She delivers. Good ball in as well. Attacked by Vitória Calhau, and now Brazil are on the counter again. 3-on-3 if they play their cards right. Aline Gomes, nice little pass as well. Mackenzie Arnold comes, and this time she gets there at the feet of Marilia.
Ultimately, it was offside, but Mackenzie Arnold, not a dissimilar situation to that of moments earlier. That time she got it right, committed to coming out early.
Well, they talk about the rivalry between these two sides. The Matildas saying it's always physical, it's always tough. Quarters, you don't bother asking for them, you're not going to give them either. And we can see it already in the contacts between the two sides. Faye Palermo's ball in, cleared, and then arriving was Duda Sampaio.
When we look at the formation of the Matildas, they're setting up exactly as they did in the last 2 matches in the friendly windows against Germany, Switzerland. The 5 at the back with those 2 wide players tonight. That's Catley on the left and Carpenter on the right, bombing forward. But what it does mean that on the counter, they're a little bit susceptible at the back with just the 3 defenders.
Here Brazil again, looking for Yasmin coming forward, the captain down this left-hand side. She shoots, and again it's a clean pair of gloves from Mackenzie Arnold, who is the busier of the 2 keepers so far.
Yeah, very much so. And this a really important one for Arnold to hold on to. Brazil forwards chasing, following up really well, as any good forward should do. And a clean set of hands from Arnold.
Glancing header from Emily van Egmond, who was beyond Ford. Rasso gave chase. Duda Sampaio. And Alana Kennedy not taking any chances. Sends it into the stands. Well, this originally named 36-player squad for the Matildas has been ravaged by injuries, whether it be the overseas-based players like Katrina Gorry with the shoulder, Claire Wheeler also missing out. Here's Carpenter, Mary Fowler pulling out. as well. A couple of injuries from the A-League players. Now there's an opportunity. Van Egmond is looking just to touch it around the number 23, Issa Haas there.
And shout out as well to Hannah Lowry, who on her first call up into senior national team camp has unfortunately ruptured her ACL. So we wish her all the very best in her recovery. And Izzy Gomez too, with a nasty knee injury.
Here's the first ball into the penalty box for Caitlin Ford, looking to find a little bit of space. Catley, she has also been amongst the goals, including at the Olympics, where she got 2 in that remarkable football match against Zambia. The 6-5 victory. Lovely ball from Duda Sampaio, brilliant technique. Releasing Aline Gomis. Wants it on that right foot. First time shot, and that's 2. It's a brilliant finish again from Amanda Gutierrez. 2 goals in 13 minutes. And it's the Brazilians that are celebrating in Suncorp early.
Well, it's a dream start for Brazil. What was a really well-worked goal. Point out the delightful ball. This pass outside of the right foot from Duda Sampaio, that is world class. And yet again at the back, just not quite dealt with by the Matildas. Too much time and space. Allowing Aline Gomez on the ball just to get a head up, pick her pass, and that's too easy for Brazil. Far too easy.
Well, it's only her 3rd cap, Amanda Gutierrez. She now has 2 goals.
Well, it's silenced the crowd here at Suncorp, and certainly not the start the Matildas were looking for. They've given themselves quite the uphill battle, but just 2 quick counter-attacking plays on transition. Brazil, they have been lethal.
It's her first ever start for the national team. Amanda Gutierrez. Now Caitlin Ford runs onto that one. Faye Palermo backtracking. Vittoria Calhau is there as well. Ford holds onto possession. Catley back with Caitlin Ford. Rasso's in the middle. It's beyond her. Arriving at the back post, Ellie Carpenter. Turned behind by the captain, Yasmin.
That's better. That's the response the Matildas need. Great energy shown by Caitlin Ford. She's so important down that left flank. The combination between her and Steph Catley we're so accustomed to. Push and shove just in front of the goalkeeper. Winnie Heatley, who's looked really bright in the opening passage of this game as well, making herself busy.
Plays a football in Denmark these days with Nord-Jylland, currently sitting 2nd in the Danish league as they prepare for the winter break. Claire Hunt in there as well. We know how dangerous she is from set pieces. Got her first ever international goal against Germany. Well, it's a real pushing game in there. The header away by Issa Haas. Aline Gomis back with Yasmin. Clears long. Ellie Carpenter diving in on Duda Sampaio. Mentioned the injury absentees for the Matildas. Brazil also not only a changing of the guard, but players missing there as Catley's back on the front foot. It's a really open end-to-end match at the moment. Both sides looking to attack in transition.
Degrees, it's still
Aline Gomes back with Yasmin. Clears long. Eddie Carpenter driving in on Dudu Sampaio. Mentioned the injury absentees for the Matildas. Brazil also not only a changing of the guard, but players missing there as Catley's back on the front foot. It's a really open end-to-end match at the moment. Both sides looking to attack in transition.
Also a very warm night out here in Brisbane, humid. 24 degrees, it's still sweltering, definitely on pitch side as well, so it's such a transitional game.
It's well played by Heatley, who was flattened in the penalty box. You have to be careful though, because Brazil have it back again. Portillo, Gabi Portillo's cross towards Aline Gomes. Look at the energy levels in the Brazil camp. They are up for everything. They've won it back again through Laís Estevam. Celebrated her birthday just two days ago. While in camp, most of the Brazil squad arrived last Saturday, so they've had plenty of time to acclimatise. Aline Gomes, the cross in is a good one. Towards Gabi Portillo. And Egmont.
Well, when Brazil do move into their final attacking third, they're looking really good. Really sharp passing, right delivery. On that occasion, it was Claire Hunt who got up and lobbed the header away.
Now, Mackenzie Arnold has stayed down after that last passage of play. Medical staff have been called on. It's a chance for both sides to come across and get some liquids on board. Assistant coach Leah Blaney there, chatting to Caitlin Ford. Steph Catley and Alana Kennedy doing a bit of the inquisition into what's going wrong at the back at the moment. Tegan Micah has been sent to warm up as well. Tegan Micah's only just come back to playing after a long time on the sidelines too. She played her first match of the season 10 days ago, a 1-0 loss to Everton for her Liverpool side. Currently sits 6th in the WSL. Let's head down to Neve Owens, who's on the sidelines for us this evening. Neve, what can you tell us?
Macca is back up and about, Robbie, which is good to see. It was a really good opportunity for the girls from both sides to come to the side and take on some fluids. As Gigi mentioned before, it's 24 degrees, but it feels like 28, according to the app here at Suncorp. It's not going to get much cooler than that throughout the game. And the crowd, a little bit quiet after those couple of goals, but they are riding every moment in this game, Robbie. Every save Mackenzie Arnold makes, every touch you see from Claire Polkinghorne, every drive through the middle from Ellie Carpenter, and the crowd is up and about. So they think there's still plenty of fight left in this Tilly side.
Fantastic, Neve. Thanks for that. It certainly is. We know that it's never say die. The slogan of this Matilda's side. They do go right to the very end. So many times over the last 4 or 5 years we've seen them pull matches out of the fire at the very last kick of the game. And we just saw Caitlin Ford come back and tell Mackenzie Arnold, look, they are so tight, the marking. Give it everything you've got, send it long, and we'll make a foot race out of it. Dudu Sampaio towards Faye Palermo, and it's going to be out for a Matilda's throw.
Well, that's the thing for Brazil. They do not want to allow the likes of Caitlin Ford, Hayley Rasso in behind because of their speed.
Heatley turns well in the middle of the park and finds Carpenter. Now Rasso, out on that familiar right wing position for her. Heatley continuing her run into the middle. And it's well played, and it's Murilla who's doing the defending, out for another corner.
Yeah, early doors, but really enjoying seeing the touches and just the smarts of Winnie Heatley, knowing when to make her run, when to make her move. That one just nips outside her defender and finds a bit of space. Great last-ditch tackle in the defending.
Well, there is some concern for Murilla, the way she turned there and then grabbed at her hamstring. We'll see if it was just seizing up due to the effort. She stayed down. And I don't think that look is very reassuring from the medical staff. Gaby Portillo coming over. Yeah, this is not good. The substitution is being prepared on the sideline. I think it's going to be Gio who's going to come on. Giovanna, who's the 21-year-old, but already 15 caps and 3 international goals to her name. Plays a football for Atletico Madrid in Spain, as does her compatriot Lauren, but that doesn't look good. We've got a feel for the 21-year-old Murilla. Giovanna is preparing to come on. First change of the evening.
Well, yeah, a really disappointing exit for Murilla. An early exit and getting stretched off. A real shame.
And now the corner for the Matildas with Steph Catley in that left boot to deliver. And it's deep, not a single Matilda attacking at the drop of the ball. Ellie Carpenter under pressure from Eleni Gomes. She is very fleet of foot, the Brazil number 7, setting up that second goal. Again long as Kennedy had stayed forward. She was looking for the flick on. No free kick, says the referee. Caitlin Ford was involved in that challenge. She's on the ball now.
Semi-final, 4-2 over Spain, having lost 2-0 to Spain in the group stage.
Got Catley in the middle. The Matildas return the ball. Cleared by Giovanna.
Put it out.
And now Duda Sampaio.
Portillo could receive some.
Head straight for the sideline as Gaby Portillo.
Now we're back underway.
Who's down?
Elisa Haas.
The way she's
good ball forward, and look at the pace.
More like a dead leg.
Portillo recovering very quickly indeed.
Yeah, just as Caitlin Ford came through, you can see the contact just there on the outside of that right leg. She's got the left quad heavily strapped as well. Portillo and really testing out the stride of Claire Hunt as well. Yeah, those ones hurt. You certainly know about them, especially the next day you wake up and have a pretty sore leg to carry.
Well, not too distressed so far, by the looks of it. Yasmin. For Gaby Portillo, champion
this evening
with Corinthians. There is Murilla, who made her way back to the bench.
Corinthians, the Brazilian champions.
Checking that left hamstring.
Brazil,
Gaby Portillo, who was one of the stars
right into the danger zone. Matildas have failed to clear so far. It's still there.
Goal in the quarter-final against France, and that 1-0 victory, a goal in that incredible upset in the semi-final, 4-2 over Spain, having lost 2-0 to Spain in the group stage. The Matildas returned the ball to Brazil, who put it out so that Gaby Portillo could receive some attention. Now we're back underway with Isa Haas. Good ball forward, and look at the pace
for the moment
of Portillo, recovering very quickly indeed.
All 4 shots on target for the South American champions.
That's well played. Early pass into the area.
Which is good to see for Portillo, and really testing out the stride of Claire Hunt as well, who managed to just keep step and get a foot in at the crucial moment. So just trying to bite back. A bit of Brazil's own medicine, quick counter-attacking play, finding that space in behind and
Yasmin,
Cross a little more involved in the play as well is going to be important.
the captain
Narrowly offside.
of this
It's a great
evening's
call from
side, the
assistant
28-year-old. Like so many of this side from Corinthians, the Brazilian champions, where the coach of Brazil, Arthur Elias, coached for 5 years. It's a good ball right into the danger zone. The Matildas have failed to clear so far. It's still there. Finally. Back again to the keeper, Natasha. Emily Van Egmond managed to hack the ball away. Yasmin has it again. There's a football from Manchester City, currently sitting second in the English top flight. Matildas, Chelsea have had plenty of possession. Away. Still just 2 shots to 4 for the moment from Brazil. All 4 shots on target for the South American champions. That's well played. Early pass into the area. The flag's gone up early for offside though against Forge WSL. She's with Tottenham now. Started the game against Arsenal.
Matilda's just trying to bite back with a bit of Brazil's own medicine, a quick counter-attacking play, finding that space in behind, and getting Cooney Cross a little more involved in the play as well is going to be important. And
Gutierrez, how about that for a pass forward from Giovanna, looking for Gabby Portillo. Now forward again. Steph Catley charging up, the Arsenal teammate. Lays a little bit too obvious, back to Natasha, due to Sampaio involved. Vittoria Cagliao, now Natasha, back again to the keeper, Natasha. One well in the air by Kennedy.
A little less forgiving for the Brazilian
football for Manchester City, currently sitting second a few minutes ago in the English top flight.
And it has been a really open transitional 30 minutes from one end to the other, the field getting
Chelsea
quite stretched.
Leading the way.
Space between the lines.
Sam Kerr still making her way back. See Natasha has knee reconstruction. Right hamstring very heavily strapped as well. They trained twice at Perry Park. Rasso's joined the Matildas contingent playing in the English WSL. And the 2 goals. He's with Tottenham now. That have proved the difference so far. Started the game against Arsenal with her first ever international goals. It's very much the heart at the moment this evening. A little injury layoff. She's played in the last 2.
Tonight. Gutierrez.
It's well played by
2 goals
Yasmin.
in 13 minutes for Brazil.
Gutierrez, how about that
And
for a
2
pass forward
well-taken
from
finishes
Giovanna,
at that.
looking for Gabby Portillo.
Absolutely caught the Matildas off guard.
Now forward
Managed to
again.
stem the bleeding just a little bit as the half has worn on.
Steph Catley charging up, the Arsenal teammate. Just a little bit still too obvious and a little bit too ambitious. And Isa Haas could shepherd it back to her keeper. Experienced goalkeeper on the bench. Now Natasha, the 22-year-old, has a problem. Who is the first ever player to be called up from her second division side, Juventude.
A little less forgiving for the Brazilian goalkeeper.
Mackenzie Arnold's team. Up the other end a few minutes ago. Taken the strapping off.
But it has been a really open transitional 30 minutes from one end to the other, the field getting quite stretched.
There was a nice little interview
Lots
with
of space between the lines.
You can see Natasha has that right hamstring very heavily strapped as well. They trained twice at Perry Park earlier this week before training here at Suncorp yesterday. The Brazil side, we might have a look at the 2 goals that have proved the difference so far. Amanda Gutierrez with her first ever international goals, and she looks very much the part at the moment this evening, Grace.
Well, she does. 3rd appearance tonight for Gutierrez. There's 2 goals in 13 minutes for Brazil, and 2 well-taken finishes at that. It's absolutely caught the Matildas off
That's well
guard.
played, Rasso.
They have managed to stem the bleeding just a little bit as the half has worn on.
Came a long, long way. She might have done some serious damage this time. Natasha is still down. She's being helped back to her feet here. They have Lorena, a very experienced goalkeeper on the bench. They also have the 22-year-old Claudia, who is the first ever player to be called up from her second division side, Juventude, to the Brazil national team. They've actually taken the strapping off. Certainly a brave piece of goalkeeping.
A little interview with Claudia this week about how she'd never been out of Brazil, never imagined that she'd be playing for Brazil one day, and this was all the big learning curve for her. There's a player with a lot more experience, Gabi Portillo.
Well, let's head back down to Neve Owens, who's on the sidelines. Neve, the intensity in some of these challenges, you can really feel it up here. How is it down?
Good little test as she launched it forward, intercepted by Carpenter.
You speak to former Tillies who played against Brazil, and they talk about the physicality,
taking a long time with that
nature
clearance,
of these
inviting
clashes. There is such a history between these two sides, and despite the label on the packet being a friendly here tonight, that is not what we are seeing out in the middle, particularly from the Tillies corners. The wrestle, the hustle in the box is huge, and you saw that once again in such a huge clash, putting bodies on the line.
Absolutely, match number 22 between these countries. And the Matildas, they do have the edge at the moment. They've won 11 to 8.
Heavy coming together.
2 draws.
The clash of boots and legs, and we know that Hayley Rasso does not take a backward step when it comes to those sorts of challenges.
Well, a 3-2 win for Australia.
There was contact. It's certainly a brave piece of goalkeeping, a long way from her goal.
Back up to this Matildas squad. Likely to feature against Chinese Taipei.
Worse for wear from that one. Hayley Rasso looks to be okay, standing off to the side.
On Sunday on the Gold Coast, and then Wednesday, Saturday in Melbourne.
Well, let's head back down to Neve Owens, who's on the sidelines. Neve, the intensity in some of these challenges, you can really feel it up here. How is it down pitch side?
Yeah, it's incredible, Robbie. You speak to former Tillies who have played against Brazil, and they talk about the physicality, the competitive nature of these clashes. There is such a history between these two sides, and despite the label on the packet being a friendly here tonight, that is not what we are seeing out in the middle, particularly from the Tillies corners. The wrestle, the hustle in the box is huge, and you saw that once again in such a huge clash, putting the bodies on the line, Robbie.
Long time to release, putting Vitória Calleão on
match number 22 between these countries,
and the Matildas to play quickly.
They do have the edge at the moment. They've won 11 to 8 with just 2 draws.
A bit of a hard
historically between them.
Good touch from Amanda Gutierrez.
They met in the group stage of the 2019 World Cup.
Reminds me a little bit
as well. A 3-2 win up front for Australia. Chloe Lagazo was on the score sheet that day. She's been called back up to this Matildas squad, likely to feature against Chinese Taipei
not quite on the same page
in a week's time. It's Brazil again on Sunday on the Gold Coast, and then Wednesday and Saturday in Melbourne and Geelong, respectively, for the Matildas against Chinese Taipei or Taiwan. Well, we're likely to see a larger contingent of local A-League Matildas as well.
Touch for Gabi Portillo, intercepted by Heatley.
Pathway for international football, the A-League women's competition. And then, of course,
Cooney Cross wants it back, gets it.
Who was the touch for
Issa Haas, almost invited purchase.
Hayley Rasso in again. Natasha taking a long time to release, putting Vitória Calleão under pressure. She wasn't happy, the number 3.
The Arsenal trio.
To play quickly.
Cooney Cross, but certainly coming of age
to give Natasha a bit of a hard time. It's another good touch from Amanda Gutierrez.
She's a
big player.
Still most of them off the bench.
A little bit of the Colombian
Ramirez contributor
up front. Great strength as Rasso
football as well this year.
Was looking for Van Egmond.
To find the back of the net. That ball opened up nicely for Hayley Rasso against Germany. Just not quite on the same page with Van Egmond as she looked for an early pass around the corner.
Gabi Portillo, very coolly done.
And then found its way to the feet of a Brazil player.
Heatley gets caught in possession. It might open up again here. Aline Gomez was offside. It wouldn't have counted.
I've mentioned it a few times, but the physicality of the game.
And the Gutierrez again.
He hasn't done much wrong tonight, but just gets caught a little blindsided by the contact coming through.
Duda Sampaio just gives it straight back again with Kyra Cooney-Cross. Emily Van Egmond. Cooney-Cross wants it back, gets it on the first time ball. Just didn't get enough touch, purchase on the ball for Caitlin Ford.
Time and space on the ball.
Caitlin Ford's done brilliantly, got the right side of Isa Haas, the youngest of the Arsenal trio.
Fighting as well.
Of the Matildas. Kyra Cooney-Cross, but
about the holding on. We've seen him from the very first whistle, the very first challenge
this season. Such an important player for the Matildas, getting more and more minutes with Arsenal as well. Still most of them off the bench, but she is a regular contributor.
She's exceptional. She just works and works.
Champions League football as well this year for them.
Legally or otherwise, and you can understand the frustration. Cooney-Cross to find the back of the net. Kick. And that pretty spectacular finish against Germany for her first ever Matilda's goal.
Van Egmond's got the one in behind there, looking for the pace of Gabi Portillo. Very coolly done. Esteban always neatly gets caught in possession. It might open up again here. Aline Gomez was offside. It wouldn't have counted.
Well, we've mentioned it a few times, but the physicality of the game.
Plenty of bodies in that 6-yard box.
He hasn't done much wrong tonight, but just gets caught a little blindsided by the
Cross delivers. Good ball, back post. Kennedy's header.
And I think that might be a get out of jail free card there for the Matildas. You see Brazil though, their attacking intent, almost get their shape, starting their line really high. They don't want to allow the Matildas time and space on the ball, and has been to mark up player for player, not allow their opposition an inch of space, and it's getting a little bit into the heads of the Matildas.
Great fighting as well. She's asking the referee about the holding on. We've seen it from the very first whistle, the very first challenge from Isa Haas.
Hear exactly what the home crowd thinks of that. Caitlin Ford, she's exceptional. She just works and works. She's held back illegally or otherwise, and you can understand the frustration. And she's not given the free kick.
Another grab of the shirt in the box now. Emily Van Egmond's gone to ground there under a challenge with Lais Esteban. Little 1-2 with Yasmin. It's well played again. Immediately looks to Van Egmond again. Duda Sampaio straight back again. Yasmin. Her cross. The header. Plenty of bodies in that 6-yard box. A real handful at the moment. Heatley trying to put the pressure on Natasha. Cooney-Cross delivers. Good ball back post. Kennedy's header. The third goal in the first half would be rather problematic for the Matildas and their hopes of a comeback.
We almost get the sense his body's flying in the box. Part of Brazil's game plan has been to mark up player for player, not allow their opposition an inch of space, and it's getting a little bit into the heads of the Matildas. Just in moments.
There's Giovanna over her, the header from Polkinghorn. According to plan for Claire Polkinghorn again, but Yasmin is there. Suncorp Stadium, not yet anyway, that could all change. Scored in her last 2 matches against Brazil. Back in 2021. Back to Natasha. 2-2 draw and a 3-1 victory. That's a 2-2 draw at the moment. It comes again. Kennedy. It's clear. Good switch of play. Freindly Gomez. Faye Palermo. Little 1-2 with Yasmin. It's well played again. Gomez's cross. Duda Sampaio straight back again. Yasmin. Her cross. The header. Well, Amanda Gutierrez is a real handful at the moment. Peeling off a free header. Got it on target as well. That time we found a little bit of space. The third goal in the first half would be rather problematic for the Matildas and their hopes of a comeback.
Outside the 18-yard box, they don't want the defenders to get the ball. They don't want the Matildas to settle into possession for Brazil. She certainly doesn't look like this is just her third appearance so far. A national team shirt looks comfortable. It's a short on the ball. A single shot on target.
Towards Giovanna, over her, the header from Polkinghorn in favour of the South Americans as well, according to plan for Claire Polkinghorn's farewell match here at Suncorp Stadium. Not yet anyway, that could all change. She scored in her last 2 matches against Brazil, 8 times back in 2021. Brazil, they made a 2-2 draw and a 3-1 victory. Gold Cup as well. Just about take a 2-2 draw at the moment, and it comes again. Kennedy all the way to the final, lost. It's clear. US of A there as well. It'll be a throw. The Fei Palermo. FIFA World Cup 2007. They were runners-up in China. One for Carpenter to chase. She's got the legs on Yasmin. The Olympic Lyonnais fullback gets the cross in. It wasn't a bad idea again. It was a move up. It was Gabby Portillo that time who'd found a little bit of space in the box. Drives it in near post. Van Egmond leads it intelligently. Here's Caitlin Ford.
Outside the 18-yard box. They don't want the defenders to get the ball. They don't want the Matildas to settle into possession.
And didn't Caitlin Ford enjoy that as well? It's been a tough night so far for the Matildas. FIFA World Cup 2007. But here they come. When they were runners-up in China.
Well, that one had a bit of feeling behind it for Caitlin Ford, and understandably so.
She's got the legs on
Yasmin.
Yasmin.
She's caught, as has Ellie Carpenter,
The Olympic Lyonnais
who tried again.
gets
Found
the
the way
cross
through,
in.
intelligent here from Van Egmond to step over, and even more so,
Intercepting.
Caitlin Ford has the awareness to feel the
Drives it
pressure
in
coming
near
through behind and just turn on a dime.
Van Egmond leaves it
It's a
intelligently.
brilliantly taken
Here's
finish, and Caitlin Ford adds another to her tally.
Fantastic goal.
The Matildas, they're not done yet.
Didn't Caitlin Ford enjoy that as well? It's been a tough night so far for the Matildas. The assist will go down for Ellie Carpenter, but here they come. Half an assist for Emily Van Egmond for just leaving it so intelligently.
Behind it for Caitlin Ford, and understandably so.
And how much
She's
did
scrapped
Caitlin
and she's
Ford
fought,
enjoy that?
as has
Goal
Ellie
number
Carpenter.
38 for her country.
Tried again.
She draws level.
Found a way through intelligent
with
here
Cheryl
from Van
Salisbury.
Egmond to step over, and even
The
more so,
all-time scoring chance,
Caitlin
fourth
Ford
place.
has the awareness to feel
Only
the pressure
Sam
coming
Kerr,
through
Lisa
behind
Devanna
and just
and
turn
Kate
on
Gill
a dime.
Ahead of her.
It's a brilliantly taken finish, and Caitlin Ford adds another to her tally.
Enjoyed it more, the fans or Caitlin Ford.
The Matildas, they're not done yet. It's been a physical night so far for Ford. Frustration.
Well, the assist will go down for Ellie Carpenter, but
she really deserved that finish.
half an assist for Emily Van Egmond for just leaving it so intelligently.
Endlessly for this side. She has done so tonight as well.
Caitlin Ford enjoy that. Goal number 38 for her country. She draws level with Cheryl Salisbury in the all-time scoring chance, fourth place. Ran out of space. Only Sam Kerr, Lisa Devanna and Kate Gill ahead of her. But more the fans or Caitlin Ford who had goalkeepers and otherwise. Maria, who went off, was going to be plenty of stoppage time as well.
So far for Ford, frustration.
Wide for Gabby Portillo.
Through, so she really deserved that finish.
Plays Esteban, Giovanna tees it up on the right route,
for this side.
straight.
She has done so tonight as well.
Mackenzie Arnold. Here's Kennedy.
Painter Giovanna with a lot of time.
To keep it in only just, but then Haley Rasso has been flat. There's been back play there. Spotted something as it came long. With the injury stoppages we've had to goalkeepers and otherwise. Marilia, who went off. There's going to be plenty of stoppage time as well. Fei Palermo speaking to the referee for Gabby Portillo into the area. The Matilda's players out there. Esteban, very physical approach. Tees it up on the right boot, straight as well. Now, and Mackenzie Arnold. The Matildas are saying they've all seen it.
Well, Painter Giovanna with
got anything here, Chris.
a lot of time.
Well, now, Haley Rasso has been
flat, heavy shoulder
in the back play there.
On this one.
The crowd spotted something as it came
the
long.
task of the Brazil defence tonight to not allow Haley Rasso, Caitlin Ford any time or space to breathe. And
their poking horn
took that instruction a little literally, and that occasion absolutely knocked the wind out of Haley Rasso.
It is international football. You can get away with it. Just stepped into it, Issa Haas, who's been very physical right from the start. Estevan gets the better of Heatley. Now Duda Sampaio. Aline Gomes. Kennedy does well. Carpenter wants to take it quickly. We're into the second minute of 7 added on at the end of this first half. Lais Estevan. Dudu Sampaio. Victoria Calleao back with Natasha. It's like the pantomime villain at the moment. Natasha. It's a good touch from Amanda Gutierrez again. For Gio. Giovanna wide. Yasmin. The cross in is good. Polkinghorne, good header. Lais Estevan, no way through. Cooney cross. And again, you see the wrestling and the holding on there from Victoria Calleao.
Well, the battle between these two players, and really how Victoria Calleao is not being sanctioned for that. It's blatant arms around, and this says a bit of push and pull. The arms around the waist, the grabbing of the shirt.
It's just a third international cap for Victoria Calleao, as we've seen Issa Haas going hard there on Caitlin Ford as well. A third cap for Issa Haas as well. Plays her football for Internacional, Calleao for Cruzeiro. Let's have a look at this one.
Yeah, it was Caitlin Ford double teamed a player in front and behind.
Oh, and the swinging arm as well. Unintentional in the end from Issa Haas. Grasso to chase. Natasha looks long this time. Well, there's plenty of fight, plenty of hunger in this Brazil side. Without, I mentioned a host of players. Caroline and Priscilla were both named in the initial squad, both pulled out with injury. Ludmila is not there. Luana, the midfielder as well. Ana Victoria, Rafael, Tamires, Tarsiane. It's a long list of experienced players as well. You can see how much these players who altogether just over 100 caps, isn't it, before this evening?
Yeah, well, experience-wise, it's the Matildas out on the field there, over 1,000 international caps. Brazil just scraping over the 100 mark.
Here's Faye Palermo. Lais Estevan has stayed down. Faye Palermo lays it back. Dudu Sampaio, it's a good hit. Across the face of goal. We've still got 90 seconds left.
They did miss by a great deal. Mackenzie Arnold looked to have her far post covered. Brazil still threatening as it was the heavy foot coming down from Alana Kennedy.
On the inside of the ankle, it looked a rather painful one as well. We've already seen Marilia go off with a hamstring problem. Let's hope we don't have any more injuries. We want a strong, high-intensity match. We've certainly been delivered that so far. And that's everything Claire Polkinghorne would have wanted as well for her farewell game. You can see how unhappy she was to have to talk at the front, to have all this ceremony, all this attention. Let's just get on with the game. She's scrapped and fought so many times for the Matildas. 18 and a half years as a Matilda at just 35 years of age. You can do the math, but it's more than half a lifetime in green and gold.
Ever the professional Claire Polkinghorne. Always calm, always composed, and you can see her trying to implore her side just to calm down a little as this first half almost ticks to a close.
Well, we have talked about the physicality, athleticism, if you like, of Brazil, but the Matildas also have a tough reputation, and here they are, one last chance. Oh, and the referee has called it up for a free kick just as Ellie Carpenter was charging into the penalty box. Tom Samani is taking it up with the fourth official. Well, the whistle must just have gone half a second too early.
Oh, the battle continues on between these two. There's the foul. There's Ellie Carpenter streaming through into a bit of open field. So they'll get the free kick, but perhaps the advantage, the better option. It's very rare you see Tom Samani become animated with an official.
No, it's not the first time. I've been keeping my eye down there. It's not the first time this evening as well that he's been chatting to the fourth official. Now Kyra Cooney-Cross is standing over this one, the right boot, saying the left boot of Catley it is, that delivers. It's a good ball in. Peeling off the back, Rasso. They need it back in the area quickly. The 7 minutes of stoppage time are up. Is there going to be time for the Matildas? Ford for Rasso, one to chase. Oh, but she was just caught on her heels. There may yet be time. The referee has a look at the watch. Allows the throw for the Matildas. And still we go on. That's 9 minutes of stoppages that have been played. We're into the 10th. With Ford looking to turn. She has done. She needs an option. Meeting first half of football at Suncorp Stadium. Brazil stunned the Matildas early. The number 11, Amanda Gutierrez, with her first brace in international football, before Caitlin Ford sounded the charge for the Matildas with a fantastic goal, pouncing on the ball with a cool and clinical finish to give the Matildas hope in this Claire Polkinghorne farewell match. It's been tough, it's been physical, and at half-time, it's Brazil leading Australia by 2-1. And we will be right back with the first half analysis after this break. Don't go away from Suncorp Stadium.
usual for Claire Polkinghorn, a legend of the game, kicks off tonight at Suncorp Stadium. It is the Matildas against the Olympic silver medalists in Brazil, 2-1. Brazil are up at the halftime break. There is a fair amount of feeling on the park. Hayley Russo entangled there. Yeah, she was ready to run through a player, over a player, not around a player. Welcome back, Tara Rushton. It's great to have your company and to be joined by Amy Chapman and Andy Harper. These clashes against Brazil, I mean, you know, they're never low-key. There's never greys there. It's black and white, and there is so much feeling out there tonight, isn't there, Chappie? I mean, we're riding every wave with them, but it is Brazil that are in the lead. What have you made of the first half so far?
Yeah, it was very, very entertaining, I felt, and I really felt the Matildas grew into the game. The opening 20 got caught out a couple of times, and some brilliant, classy interplay from Brazil here, but we see this opening goal. I think Mackenzie Arnold will be a little bit disappointed in her positioning, and again, the back four, back five there, a little bit caught out, but geez, there's been so much heat in this game. There's been so much intensity, and it's been exhilarating to watch.
Mate, last time we played this team in this friendly sort of environment at Parramatta, post-game we said, let's play these teams every week, and I feel like saying exactly the same. It was amazing. Really bad goal for Australia to concede, but the tone was set. The second wasn't much better, very well taken. The tone was set, and I'm going to put a lot of what we've seen in this first half down to the number 23 for Brazil, is a Haas. It's the third game in the national team. Now, this is a mark of incredible respect for Caitlin Ford. When you're a youngster, Chappie, and you get the call up for the first 11, and you look at who you're going to be playing against, and you see C Ford, there's this moment of introspection in the dressing room. You close your eyes, you mentally image what's going to happen. You say, I have to play the half of my life, or we're cooked. And she kicked Caitlin from pillar to post. Caitlin, I think, secretly would have loved it and can't wait now for more of the second half. I think that set the tone for what has been a fantastic first half.
I've loved the combination of Hayley Russo and Caitlin Ford up front. They've got so much pace and so much intensity, and a wonderful moment for Caitlin Ford here. She has been so entertaining. She's so skillful. She's in such incredible form at the moment, and she very deserved goal in those final moments.
What a battle Caitlin Ford has. What a battle Hayley Russo and Victoria, back and forth, on and on, those two together. You saw 40 getting on the score sheet there. A beautiful ball by Ali Carpenter, that dummy by Emily Van Egmond. And herein lies the match stats for the first half. Yes, because Brazil came out of the blocks so fast. Amanda Gutierrez with 2 goals in 13 minutes. So what do you want to see in the second half, Chubby?
And they were classy clinical finishes. I think we need more of what we saw in those later sort of last 20 minutes from the Matildas there. That intensity, finding Hayley Russo, Caitlin Ford in open spaces. Those overlapping runs from Ellie Carpenter, that was exceptional. That composure from Emily Van Egmond in that moment as well. I think a little bit more disciplined. We know how clinical and creative this Brazilian team is, but more of the same. I think that we all wanted that second half to continue.
Ooh, the fans are right, and every moment of this feisty clash. We are off to a short break. More heading your way on the other side is the Matildas v Brazil, live from Suncorp Stadium. Welcome back to Suncorp Stadium. Yes, they are holding up the head, the face of Claire Polkinghorne, who we thank and farewell as her tour starts here tonight at Suncorp Stadium, her home ground in her home state. A huge second half heading your way between the Matildas and Brazil. A bit of a cause for concern. We saw Winnie Heatley going down just at the first half whistle blew, so perhaps not coming on in the second half, Chappie. So looking at who does come on, what changes are you making?
It'd be really interesting to see. I thought Winnie Heatley had some brilliant moments in that first half. She got caught on the ball a couple of times, but showed some brilliant moments. But when we look at the Subway subs, I think we'll see Sian Fryer. She's a talent. She's a Brisbane girl. I think she'll bring some X factor out there. I do imagine Claire Polkinghorne will make way at some point, so watch this space. Who are you seeing, Harps?
Well, I think so. Heatley did start very, very well. She showed lots of promise. Whether she recovers from this or not, I think she'll probably be right to go. You know what? I'd like to see Natasha Pryor. We're going to need more depth in the centre of defence. She's a big unit. She's a very strong defender. And I'd love to see her go up against Issa Haas from Brazil. I reckon sparks would fly. That's a personal predilection of mine. But looking forward to the second half immensely.
The sparks are already flying. What more can you want, Andy Harper? We are off to a short break. Kick-off is a minute away.
Welcome back to Suncorp Stadium. The Matildas are chasing the game, but the Matildas are a side with a big appetite. The 1 goal difference will just be an extra source of motivation for this side, and particularly when they look up and see that it's Brazil, one of the Matildas' oldest and most regular foes on the football pitch. 6 games without defeat against the South American champions for the Matildas. We just saw Michelle Heyman, who has scored 7 goals this calendar year for the Matildas. Not bad for a player that retired in 2019. Was called up for those Olympic qualifiers. Sian Fryer, local Brisbane girl, along with Tamiki Yallop, another Brisbane Roar player, on the sidelines getting some instructions. We'll likely see the Queensland contingent swell a little bit in this second half. We also saw Kyra Cooney-Cross getting a bit of individual treatment just before we get back underway. Hopefully she's okay. She needs to be more involved. It's Brazil that get the second half underway. Brazil leading by 2-1 at half-time here in this first of 4 friendly international matches to be shown on 10 Bold and Paramount Plus for our mighty Matildas over the next 10 days. Grace Gill, it's been physical, it's been tough, but let's face it, it's exactly what these two sides have built their reputations on. Bring it on.
Well, fair to say, Robbie, there was nothing particularly friendly about that first 45 minutes. And there often isn't between these two sides. A really physical encounter. Some hard-fought battles.
Faye Palermo. Down this right-hand side. Looking to get the better of Kyra Cooney-Cross, and that's a good challenge.
It was by Cooney-Cross's standards a quieter half. We did, as you mentioned, see her doing some, almost looked like sort of fitness tests at the break just before the second half, some warm-ups to make sure something was okay, and she looks to be all right out there, which is great to see. definitely needs to get involved, be on the play a little bit more, Cooney Cross.
She's one of the really naturally gifted players in this side, and particularly in the absence of Mary Fowler this evening. The more you can get Kyra Cooney-Cross on the ball, the better. That was delivered into a great area. Rasso with Ford trying to launch the ball forward, launch the Tillies into attack. It comes straight back again, playing by Mackenzie Arnold. Immediately the harassing Eleni Gomes, just closing down Mackenzie Arnold. There's nothing she could have done. She's not allowed to tackle the goalkeeper when she has the ball in her hands, but it's just again to get in the face of the Matildas players at every opportunity. And Hayley Rasso looking to set the tone for the Matildas.
Well, you saw the look that Hayley Rasso gave a Brazil player late in that first half. And once that fire is set alight beneath her, she is capable of some serious damage out there. The ultimate competitor, Hayley Rasso. She's got this second half off to a flyer.
Well, she's the Matilda that can just run through walls. She is famously the Matilda that broke her back and had to learn how to walk again. In a bed for weeks. That was back in 2018. Broke 3 vertebrae in her back. And here she is, looking again to take it to Vitória Calhau. We'll know she's been in a football match at the end of 90 minutes. Ellie Carpenter. Van Egmond looking for the little flick. A clearance by Vitória Calhau, straight out of play. Cooney-Cross with Claire Hunt wearing the unfamiliar number 25 shirt for her. She's been wearing number 15 in all her previous 25 matches with the Matildas. Here goes Ellie Carpenter down the right-hand side. The early cross. Caitlin Ford's there again. Wants it on the right, turns back. And that time Issa Haas didn't go to ground, as she had done in the first half. She learned a very important lesson in the 43rd minute. She showed just there that she's learned from it.
Well, it was a difficult prospect for Ellie Carpenter. A great run she made, but looking up just had the one yellow shirt to aim for, which was that of Caitlin Ford. Ford had a few too many Brazil opposition players around to close the space well. It will be interesting to see if Michelle Heyman does come on as she continues to warm up on the sideline, how that changes the formation. We know she's more of that traditional central striker type of role.
And we imagine, along with everyone in the stadium this evening, and most of you watching at home, I imagine, that Claire Polkinghorne will get an early mark at some point and a chance for that standing ovation, which she so richly deserves. It's a ball over the top for Gio. She's got a toe on it as well. Has it gone out for a corner? Oh, the Matildas don't think so. Again, the referee just hesitated. Well, everyone seemed to be walking back for a goal kick.
Brazil have looked dangerous off corners as well. As we have another look at the challenge here, and well, understandably so, it's clearly off the leg of Giovanna, and the crowd has just seen that on the big screen as well.
And a couple of the Matildas are letting the referee know about it as well. They spotted it on the big screen. Here's Gutierrez. Gio tries it from distance. One of the more experienced players in this squad, still just 21 years of age. Now, Carpenter again. It's a good ball for Ford, who's the right side of Vitória Calhau. The cutback towards Rasso, and it's the first time she's really put a foot wrong, Caitlin Ford. this evening, the cutback. It was neither to Rasso nor to the players coming behind.
Just didn't quite have the measure right on that one. Caitlin Foord, another brilliant run. Ellie Carpenter, Caitlin Foord into space, but you can see the pass is just behind the stride of Hayley Rasso. And Van Egmond a few steps too far away. Neither here nor there, the cutback.
Clearance, it was a little haphazard by Yasmin, but it found Laisa Steven. Catley with Cooney Cross in support. Rasso, Catley again. And she was played into a bit of a cul-de-sac there by Rasso. There's Catley now. A couple more players have been sent to warm up behind the goal, and there's more words with Alana Kennedy for the referee, Oh Yeon-jong of Korea Republic.
Well, there's smiles, but there's a bit going on behind those smiles, I'll tell you that much.
And we also saw Tommy Samani again having an exchange with the fourth official. Down here as Faye Palermo waits. Now, the yellow card has come out now for Vittoria Cagliao and Caitlin Foord. Both have gone into the book. We saw how fired up Caitlin Foord was when she scored that goal. I'd be a little concerned if I was Vittoria Cagliao. Oh, danger here. Gio racing away. It's a lovely touch around the defender into the back of the net. She celebrates with Amanda Gutierrez. And Brazil have restored their two-goal cushion.
Well, she's looked energetic since she came on. And she's picked the pocket of Alana Kennedy. The first time ball through into space. Mackenzie Arnold looks to close the angle, looks to make herself big. But it is an unwavering finish from Giovanna. Confidence, composure as well. She takes that one really coolly.
Well, it's a great finish. Showed a lot more composure than her coach, Arthur Elias, jumping up and down the sidelines to celebrate that goal. Now Natasha has sat down again in the 6-yard box, which is only going to bring this response from the Suncorp crowd. And she's calling for a change this time. I just wonder, I was looking at Caitlin Foord and getting that yellow card and just thinking this is danger for Brazil, but by the same token, Alana Kennedy was involved in that little to-do in the middle of the pitch, having plenty of words and then just getting caught in possession.
It's just those stoppages in play, those little moments where players either which way can switch off for half a second.
Well, let's have a look at all the niggle at the start of this second half. Have a look at the top of your screen there again. It's Caitlin Foord. Oh, and there's Caitlin Foord putting Vittoria Cagliao on the ground. Yasmin comes to get involved as well. Well, no such thing as a friendly, that's what they say. Now Kennedy saw it and was quickly on the scene. And take nothing away from that finish. And there's a fair Brazilian contingent behind the goal at that end as well. Plenty of Brazil shirts and flags waving, which of course is good to see the Brazilian community of Brisbane at the game as well. It was a classy finish, and one that has only hurt a little bit more the Matildas. Let's head down to Neve Owens, who's on the sidelines for us. Neve, another long stoppage here. There's going to be plenty of stoppage time at the end of this one, I feel.
There certainly is, and you can hear, Robbie, just how the crowd feels about that. For Victoria, though, the Brazilian goalkeeper, she came into the game with that right thigh heavily strapped. We've seen her go down and get treatment a couple of times. The strapping came off, the magic sprays come out a few times, but she looks quite upset out there at the moment, Robbie. I think we will see this substitution made, and it'll be the last we see of her this evening at least. But the crowd are still well and truly involved in this game, Robbie. It has been such a physical, hard-fought contest from the get-go. And I think during the Paris Olympics, we saw at times a Matilda's side that looked like their confidence had been a little bit shaken. They looked like they were bullied at times, and that was never something that we're used to seeing with this team, and it is not something we have seen tonight. They have been up for every challenge, involved in every battle, and you can be sure that'll continue.
Thank you, Neve, down there on the sidelines. Pitch level, which must have been quite the front row seat. You talk about front row seats at a boxing match. We haven't been far off on occasion here this evening at Suncorp. Lorena is preparing to come into the contest for Natasha, the goalkeeper who has, as Neve said, been struggling for most of the match with that right hamstring injury. I can also see that Adriana is ready to come on as well. She's another of the players that was at the Olympics for that silver medal. She started in the final against the USA, and she is also a champion of the NWSL alongside Marta with the Orlando Pride. They won it, started in the final last weekend, joined up with the rest of the squad in midweek, scored against Australia in 2021 as well, and was also amongst the goals at the Olympic Games. So Amanda Gutierrez, who was really the revelation of that first half, her first ever international goal on 6 minutes, Grace, followed by another 6 minutes later.
Well, 2 goals in just her third appearance for her country. Quite the revelation. And if she hadn't already, has announced herself on the stage of international football.
Adriana comes into the game up front. Lorena's first touch, and immediately the press comes from Hayley Raso. Faye Palermo. Caitlin Ford's done brilliantly. She's just growing in stature as this game goes on. Raso turns inside, and the flag is up for offside against Hayley Raso, who clattered into Faye Palermo. We can also imagine that Claire Polkinghorne is going to come off at some point. We were thinking perhaps around the hour mark. Now that may all have changed with that injury. You can see Sian Fryer is getting ready to come into the contest. Now that would be anything but a like-for-like swap. Oh, the mistake by Lorena. For Raso, who shoots wide of the mark. It's all happening.
Well, catch your breath if you can. A nervy touch from Lorena. As Natasha is helped to the Brazil bench, and never like to see a player in that kind of distress.
Lais Estevan forward, intercepted by Hunt. Courtney Cross, Hirakuni Cross rather. Back again with Arnold. Yasmin. That's come off Carpenter. They're going to have a couple of changes for the Matildas now. It is going to be the one we've been expecting. Well, we're having a late change. Tommy Samani. Let's just have a word with the fourth official now. On the pitch, Brazil are coming forward again. Faye Palermo, her cross cleared. Caitlin Ford throwing herself at everything. She's been fantastic this evening. And here it comes then. 62 minutes on the clock. And the moment the crowd turned out to see, after 168 caps, 18 and a half years in green and gold, 5 World Cups, 3 Olympic Games, the Asian Championship in 2010. Claire Polkinghorne, congratulations.
Well, when you talk about the heart and soul of this team, when you talk about what it means to be a Matilda and wear the jersey, you talk about Claire Polkinghorne. She has embodied and personified that like no other. Humble, hard-working and fiercely proud. Congratulations, Polks, at some innings.
The entire bench is up on their feet. They all want a hug as Polks makes her way through. We heard it in the pre-game. She's not only been a teammate, for many of them, she was the role model and the inspiration. We've seen the phenomenon that has become the Matildas in the last 5 years, the World Cup, but she was there back in 2006 when this journey towards full professionalism was only just beginning. And they've had to fight along the way for that as well. A fight that continues. Catley intercepts the pass forward. She's inherited the captain's armband of Polkinghorne. So the introduction of Sian Fryer, who's come onto the left side of the attack, as here goes Carpenter. Bundled off the ball by Gio, and a yellow card for the Brazilian.
Gio with a goal in one pocket, a yellow card in the other, but this has slightly shifted the formation for the Matildas as well.
Fryer, the cross, headed away by Vitória Calhau.
The introduction of Sian Fryer on the left. And the exit of Claire Polkinghorne. We've seen what looks to be a shift to 4 at the back, a 4-3-3. So it's Fryer on the left and Caitlin Ford central, Hayley Russo on the right up top. Perhaps gives the Brazilian defence a little bit more to think about with some more width to this Australian attack.
In it comes from Cooney Cross, back post towards Alana Kennedy. Caitlin Ford, a little mistouch. She drags down Elena Gomez, who has been a real handful as well. Nothing given. The flick on from Kennedy towards Fryer. Can't get it back. Careful here. The Brazilians have a little bit of space to play with. Elena Gomez again. It opens up for the shot. And it was Adriana, the substitute in the end, who fired just wide. Emily Van Egmond is coming off. Oh, and Nona Heatley has a problem as well. We're worried about it at the end of the first half. Tamiki Yallop caps off what's been a big week for her. A goal for table-topping Brisbane Roar in her 153rd match. The most of any player ever for Brisbane Roar in the women's team. One more than a certain Claire Polkinghorne, as fate would have it.
A record-breaking week for Tamika Yallop. She's having an excellent season with the Brisbane Roar in the A-League Women's. But this concerning signs for Winnie Heatley was that left leg they're having a look at that was a cause for concern just in the shadows of half-time.
A little bit of cramp, perhaps. You can see the holes in the socks just to release a bit of pressure on the calf muscles. We're seeing that more and more in the professional game as well. Any little tiny advantage you can get. She's a battler as well. Winona Heatley, 23 years of age. She's had to bide her time. It's now her second international cap. Forward again. What a battle that's been with Issa Haas, and the free kick given, so the referees just getting the message to keep an eye on those fouls. Here's Sean Fryer. Stands up Faye Palermo, charges into the area, it's a great run. Goes down, and probably just lost control of the ball, I think. Sean Fryer, who burst onto the scene earlier this year on the run into the Olympics, forced her way onto that extended Olympic squad. Lorena, her clearance intercepted. Yallop gets it straight back with Rasso. Heatley still going. Rasso with Cooney Cross in that role at the base of midfield that she likes so much. Fryer. Catley able to turn. It's on her right boot, the cross, and it's just over here, but that was a good opening.
Yeah, a nice build-up there from the Matildas. Sean Fryer looking lively in her introduction. Looking confident too, with the ball at her feet, not afraid to take opposition on 1v1. Just a little shift of weight, drop of the shoulder and driving into space on a couple of occasions.
Now here's Yallop. As you said, Grace, in outstanding form earlier this season. Been excellent with the Matildas as well, growing back to her best over the last 12-18 months. Foul by Gio, who just picked up a yellow card a couple of minutes ago. Wasn't too much interest in the ball in that challenge.
Yeah, I don't think she can argue too much with that one. But this is a dangerous part of the pitch. Usual suspects in Catley, the left foot, Cooney Cross, the right foot. And ideally, you'd like them to plant this right over that mass of players, put indecision into the mind of the goalkeeper, who, fair to say, has looked a little shaky in the first few minutes since she's been on the field.
Plenty of experience for Lorena, but plenty of yellow shirts at the back post. It is Catley. It's into that area. Lorena comes and punches well. Well played, Claire Hunt. The danger now is on the counter-attack. Adriana. Gio in the middle. Elena Gomez at the back post. She goes looking for the number 7. Oh, Kennedy almost played it straight back into the danger zone. Yallop can't get there. Elena Gomez again for Yasmin. The cross. Kennedy's head up, and it's out for a corner at the other end. Oh, and now we've got another who's gone down. Oh, it's a substitution. The hamstring's gone, I think, for Yasmin. It's not a cramp. Winona Heatley is down. I don't know how much longer she can continue with the cramp as well. There is a substitute ready for the Matildas on the sideline. There's Daniela Galic, who could be about to make and earn her second cap. Matilda number 229 is about to replace Matilda number 230.
Winnie Heatley can be really pleased with her performance this evening. Good to see she's able to walk herself off the field. And the introduction of Daniela Galic as well. A very bright, promising young player. We've seen that with the young Matildas. We've seen that in a move abroad.
Plays a football for FC Twente in the Netherlands. One goal in the Eredivisie. It came in a 1-1 draw with Excelsior. Or rather, the goal came in Champions League football. Their one Eredivisie appearance so far, back in October, since the move from Melbourne City. Daniela Galic now. That substitution is being prepared as Brunina. Looks like she's preparing to come on. Plays a football for Gotham in the NWSL. Was actually sent off in their last playoff match. We've got a couple of changes coming. There's Brunina. Number 16. Camilla, and there's also number 19, Vicky Albuquerque, who is preparing to come on.
Well, the last 10 or 15 minutes have been really halted by injuries, substitutions. There's been no real continuity to the game.
The corner is taken short, played in. Now Yasmin, in the meantime, has come off for Brazil, who are currently a player down on the pitch. Can the Matildas take advantage of that quickly? It's one for Sian Fryer to chase. She's onside and in space down this left-hand side. The cross is a good one, or just beyond forward, Rasso. And then cleared by Dudu Sampaio.
The left foot of Fryer has put in a couple of good deliveries. Transitional play, sweeping back down the other end for the Matildas. It's resulted in a corner.
Still, the substitutions haven't been made yet for Brazil. They're still defending a player down. Catley to deliver the corner. In it comes towards Fryer. It was Alana Kennedy that had a big swing at it. Rasso almost got it back into the danger zone. Caitlin Ford tracking back with Carpenter. Now Rasso. Kennedy wants it in the middle. It's a great ball to the back post. Claire Hunt was there. And that was a presentable opportunity, at least, to get the ball back across the face of goal, perhaps.
Yeah, that's a really wonderful cross from Hayley Rasso. And you'd want it on the head of someone like Claire Hunt, who is really assured in the air. Perhaps didn't quite get the trajectory right. Not a shot nor a nod back to where the traffic was.
Esteban celebrates her 24th birthday with an early rest as we see Victoria Albuquerque come on. champion with Corinthians, second top scorer in the Brazilian league with 13 goals for the number 19. And the foul on Freya by Issa Haas. Some things don't change. And Camalinha, the Sao Paulo player, has also come on wearing the number 16. Kyra cross and Steph Catley again. Now, Catley's been taking all the set pieces so far. The Matildas need a goal. 13 minutes left. Mind you, we are going to have plenty of stoppage time. It is Cooney cross towards the near post. Headed away. Cooney cross again. Little ball looking for Freya. Adriana now with Gio leading the charge. Aline Gomez in the middle, they're queuing up. Camalina's there. And look who it is doing the defending as Gio is still in there with the challenge. The ball bouncing around. Finally, the Matildas can get it clear. It was Caitlin Ford charging back to intercept that cross from Gio, who stayed down. She's got cramp now.
Well, the work rate of Caitlin Ford, whether it's in attack, closing down players, running into space, but defensively, had she not tracked that player back, that would have been a fourth goal for Brazil, as they yet again countered. And when they counter, Brazil have looked very dangerous. That quick transition.
47,500, a 15th consecutive sellout crowd for the Matildas on home soil. It dates back to the friendly match against France at Marvel Stadium before the World Cup. And will continue again on the Gold Coast, where there are only a couple of tickets left. If you haven't got yours yet, make sure you do. And then the green and gold heads south to Melbourne against Taiwan on Wednesday, and then in Geelong on Saturday the 7th of December. And then it's just been announced the Matildas have been invited to the She Believes Cup in the United States of America next February, where they will play Japan, USA and Colombia. So more mouth-watering matches for you to get your fill of the Matildas on Channel 10 and Paramount Plus. Well played. Rasso, Carpenter into the middle. Desperate defending from Brazil. That was a great challenge from Camalinha, who's just come on in the middle of the park. You can see there are some very tired legs out there. They may look up at the big screen and see 10 minutes left to play. And I can tell you it's going to be more like 20.
Yeah, you can imagine there'd be a fair bit of stoppage time. Plenty of injury breaks, stoppages throughout this second half.
Claire Hunt seeing that ball out of play. It'll be a throw for Bruninha. Another of the more experienced in this side, but still just 22 years of age. Only a 14th cap this evening. But was part of the squad at the World Cup in Australia and New Zealand last year. Now Yallop on the charge, early ball looking for Ford. Where is Caitlin Ford? Issa Haas is never far away.
As much as they've been pretty crucial and lethal in attack. Brazil have had some really quality moments in defence as well.
They're just starting to get under the skin. There's a clear foul there by Hayley Raso, but then a little bit of follow-ups maybe. Raso trying to help Elena Gomez to her feet. Galic with Carpenter now into the feet of Jalab. It's a good turn from Tamiki Jalab. Raso again. Jalab turns inside over, that's straight to Gio. She is a real danger. Cooney Cross with the foul. Nothing given, play continues. Adriana Bruninha, this is nice from Brazil, looking for a fourth. Cooney Cross could still get a booking for that tug back if the referee decides at the next stoppage that it warrants one. Looks like she's going to escape though.
Certainly by her measure, Cooney Cross has been a little quiet tonight. Perhaps without her midfield compatriot and Contrita Gorry. We know that that pairing has worked so well across the last 18 months or so. Of course, Claire Wheeler unavailable for these games as well with a leg injury. Tony Samani mentioned the midfield that's a little depleted in this side.
Ford, good turn. Raso back with Caitlin Ford over the top for Carpenter. Victoria Calhau is there again. Jalab. Tamiki Jalab. Another who was alongside Polks in 2010 when they lifted the Asian Cup. Sam Kerr was there as a youngster. Well, the crowd seeing the smiles. All's fair in love and war. It's been a real battle. Ford again. Sliding in, challenging for everything. Has won the throw, taken quickly as well. Raso. Matilda streaming into the box. Oh, and this game is really teetering on a knife edge at the moment. Kennedy forward. Vittoria, long. Now, Vicky Albuquerque has laid out Jalab. Elena Gomez. She's got Gio and Vicky in the middle. Slows things down. Faye Palermo's ball in. Oh, that was clever. It was a good ball that was left by Albuquerque. Referee says keep playing if you want to. Both benches up. Carpenter fouled this time. Wants to take it quickly. Does so. Oh, and that was a good ball, and the referee held it up because she wanted to give a yellow card to Vittoria. And that's a second. Vittoria Calhau, who was booked in the 52nd minute, refusing to let Carpenter take the free kick. And she has been sent off.
Oh, smart play by Ellie Carpenter. Looked to play quickly. And just a little thoughtless from Vittoria. Slowed things down. When you're nursing a yellow card, you just cannot do that. Gets in the way, arms around the body, impedes the free kick from being taken quickly. centre marching orders, much to the delight of this home crowd.
Well, Katrina Gorry was the last player sent off in this fixture. Back in 2016. It was a 3-1 win for Brazil that day. Ford, outside for Carpenter. Down to the byline, but just overhit it. Had an opportunity to cross early now. Oh, after Natasha, now it's Lorena who's gone down, calling for the medical staff. The Brazilians are all heading across to Arthur Elias to get the tactical reshuffle with one player less. The Matildas do likewise to take on Liquids in the Brains Trust with Leah Blaney and Tommy Samani to work out how to perhaps try and exploit this extra player.
One thing's for sure, and this sets up a pretty big game in the second of these two against Brazil come Sunday evening. Irrespective of the result tonight, the return match, there'll be some fire in the belly.
Oh, what a dramatic evening for Claire Polkinghorne's send-off match at Suncorp Stadium. Now Lorena, as you may have suspected, is going to be okay to continue for the moment anyway. 88th minute. We're hearing stoppage time will be into double figures and climbing. Kennedy, good header. Good clearance as well from Camalinha. Yallop. Another who loves the scrap. They have to get up quickly. The Matildas. Brazil continue to get under their skin to stop every free kick being taken quickly. Galich back with Hunt. Cooney cross with Kennedy. Carpenter. Cooney cross stepping into midfield. Now running with the ball, looking for options, finds it in Catley, her clubmate. Rasso. Well defended. Very well defended by Adriana.
Great experience there from Adriana. Really good use of the body. Promising little moment there, Cara Cooney Cross, just getting on the ball a little bit more, driving into space, doing what she does best.
Ten seconds left in regulation time. Galich tries to control, header won by Camalinha in the middle of the park. Cooney cross back with Claire Hunt. 11 minutes of stoppage time has just begun, so plenty of time for the Matildas, but they need a goal sooner rather than later.
It was a 13-minute window that Brazil got their 2 goals in the opening half. 11 minutes to play here at Suncorp Stadium.
Cooney cross wins it. Sian Fryers switched out to the right-hand side. Galich, who's also come on, is in midfield, just ahead of Yallop and Cooney cross. Here is Yallop. Oh, it's squeezed under her foot. She's done well to block that and win it back. That's a great ball for Galich. Able to turn and face, but can't find Rasso. Galich gets another chance. Now Rasso's in space. Plenty of it, the ball doesn't come. Again, it was well defended by Vicky Albuquerque, a makeshift right back between her and Adriana. 2 forwards. They're both back doing the defensive duties.
Tug of the shirt, undeniably. Brings Kyra Cooney across the ground.
Well, she was booked as well, Giovanna, so that could have been another red card. Wouldn't have taken very much. Galic. Rasso can't lift herself off the turf and get back in the game. She's holding that left leg. It's 10 apiece at the moment out there. It's going to be a case of last left standing. Yallop. Doesn't look good for Rasso, you know, that to keep her out of the game, it has to be something serious. Ford continuing to fight for everything.
Looks as though she's struggling with a bit of cramp, Hayley Rasso, but you're right, Robbie, she's not one to go down easily. Absolute warrior she is.
Catley with Ford. Caitlin Ford done brilliantly again for Catley. The cross, oh, so close. Carpenter's still there, lays it back. Kennedy hits it wide of the mark. What an opportunity for Sian Fryer.
The quality of the cross from Steph Catley. Low, driven hard across the face of the goal. Excellent ball. Just needed a touch, needed contact, anything. That is teasingly close.
Well, just lacked perhaps that little bit of desperation to throw herself at it. It was coming at speed. Hayley Rasso is back on her feet, wants to get back into the contest. Fourth official telling her to wait a moment. It's a long ball towards Ford. Cooney cross, little nudge in the back, too much on Bruninha. It was Adriana, in fact.
It feels like it's been a night played in desperation for Brazil. Every challenge, every contest. Defensively, they've thrown their body into challenges.
Faye Palermo has moved back onto this right central position now, which means Bruninha is headed to left back after the sending off of Vittoria Cagliao. Yallop with Carpenter. Fryer. Bruninha with the challenge. 5th minute of stoppage time. If it's going to happen for the Matildas, it has to happen in the next couple of minutes, you'd think. Carpenter. Fryer. Oh, it's behind Yallop. It's just those little mistakes. Beautifully done by Elena Gomez. Through the legs of Kennedy. Fryer tracking back. She feels she's won the throw. Referee concurs. There are some really tired, worn-out players out there. Match has been played in very muggy, humid conditions. Fantastic intensity. Dudu Sampaio, she's been excellent in the middle of the park for Brazil, the number 10. Yallop. Catley calling for it, she looks long.
very little wrong tonight. Huda Sampaio, that pass, gonna miss. But wearing the famous number 10 of Brazil.
Too many players have had the chance to wear that shirt with Marta over 200 matches, just retiring. Here's Gio on the charge again, 3-on-3. Gio going it alone and misses to the right. Well, she has been excellent since coming on as well. Maybe could even have been sent off a couple of minutes ago. Now we've got Faye Palermo down.
Little drop of the shoulder, shift of the weight. Doesn't miss by a great deal, but Giovanna, she's looked really lively since her slightly earlier introduction to the field than what she thought she may have, and perhaps, as you mentioned, a little lucky to still be out there, just towing the line already with a yellow card, and could have arguably had another.
Well, the year started for the Matildas with their Olympic qualifiers against Uzbekistan, followed by friendly wins over Mexico and China, a draw with China, then the disappointment of the Olympic Games with so much expectation. In the end, the 3-0 defeat to Germany, proving the really decisive moment, because if you look at Brazil, who went all the way to the final, they also lost their two of their 3 group stage games and went through ahead of the Matildas on goal difference. And then once you're in the knockout stages, as they proved, everything and anything can happen.
Well, they came incredibly close in that gold medal match. A narrow defeat to the USA. Couldn't quite send Marta off on her swan song.
Now, Faye Palermo doesn't want to put that left ankle down on the ground at the moment. There is some concern. There is time, I suspect, if they want to make that next substitution. Catley. Rasso back with Steph Catley again. Kyra Cooney-Cross. Claire Hunt with Kennedy. Carpenter. Two minutes left. Is there any more time? Brazil defending with just 9 on the pitch at the moment. The cross in, too close again to Lorena. That final ball just hasn't been there for the Matildas this evening.
But it felt like a tired cross from Ellie Carpenter, who has worked tirelessly all night. Covered a lot of ground, as she so often does.
Just the one shot on target in the entire match for the Matildas, and that was Caitlin Ford's goal. There have been 6 on target for Brazil. They have looked the more likely scorers. It's fair to say they have scored 3 as well, so they have gotten their reward as well for 13 shots, 6 on target. Carpenter, that's a good ball over Galich. Cooney-Cross with a little bit of cramp as well as Catley dinks the ball back in. It's there for the moment. Sian Fryer blocked. Brilliant save by Lorena. Sian Fryer so close to a first international goal. Caitlin Ford with cramp now. Cooney-Cross has a bit of cramp in midfield.
Well, it was a good save from the goalkeeper. Positioned well and got a strong set of palms to carry it away.
Catley delivers. Fryer looking for the flick on, couldn't get the touch. The 11 minutes are up. Ellie Carpenter does brilliantly. Now with Cooney Cross. How much more time is the referee going to add on? Rasso. Well, despite the result, the good news for the Matildas is they get to do it all again in 3 days' time against the same opposition. They say revenge is a dish best served cold. I suspect it's still going to be quite warm. As again, Sian Fryer is denied. The Gold Coast on Sunday. We get to do this all over again on 10 Bold and Paramount Plus. Rasso, the umpteenth cross in for the Matildas. And again, the 9 of Brazil, Rappel. Gio leads the charge again. Elena Gomes still full of running, but so is Ellie Carpenter. Is there time left for one more attack for the Matildas? Galic. Yallop ahead of her. Galic inside with Kennedy. Needs to find an option, just got caught in two minds. Oh, and Elena Gomes looks up. Kenzie Arnold had already retreated. Everyone's staying forward for the Matildas. Everyone's staying back except Elena Gomes for Brazil. The switcher play is a good one. Kennedy in the box. Still Ilana Kennedy. Issa Haas defending brilliantly as she has done all evening. Right on the very limit of the dark arts. And it has paid off. Because Brazil, for the first time since 2016, at the 7th time of asking, have recorded a 3-1 victory over the Matildas. An epic match of football that was meant to be about Claire Polkinghorne and her farewell from the Australian game, from the World Game. But football, it so rarely plays out the way you think it will. And probably it's exactly what Claire Polkinghorne would have expected. A tough match. A quarter neither asked nor given between these two sides. The tone set in the opening seconds. A passionate, breathless, pulsating match of football that saw Amanda Gutierrez strike twice early for Brazil. Caitlin Ford to give the Matildas hope just before half-time, before Giovanna netted goal number 3. There was still time for a red card for Vittoria Calhau and another injury to Faye Palermo. It was an epic match of football between these two great rivals, and it has finished in favour of the South American champions. Brazil have defeated the Matildas at Suncorp Stadium by 3-1. And now attentions will turn, first of all, I suspect, to recovery, because there is going to be a need for recovery for both these two sides as the substitutes start to go through their loading. It was really a case of all hands on deck for Brazil. There's hardly a player who wasn't involved. Let's head down to Neve Owens, who was one of the stars for the Matildas.
Hayley Rasso, that was some battle out there tonight. How did you find it?
Yeah, it was definitely a battle. A tough game there, a really good